Hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here, doing a little blog. I'm down here in sleepy Ipswich, and it's a gorgeous day, the end of September. I think I'm going to try out this drift today. I'm on the A14 to see what it's like, for the noise, you know, get a bit of speed up and test it out a little bit. But before I get there, which is about a couple of 3 minutes, I just want to go back to what I was talking about on my last blog about the community speed action group. And when I got home and looked at the video that I'd done, I thought to myself, where are these people from, you know? What makes them want to do this? And it came to me, I thought, well, we all know people who've got no power in their lives at all. And I thought, these people must be like the kids, you know, when you was at school. Used to always be kicked around by the school bully and that sort of thing. That's a big lorry. And you know, I thought, well, maybe these people have never had any power in their lives, you know. Maybe they had jobs where they sat at an office all day and the boss kicked their asses. You know, maybe they're men whose wives put the big old thumb mark on their heads. So went all through their lives with no power at all. And then this opportunity comes along, and hey presto, we've got a little bit of power in our lives. We can actually express this power over other people by being a community speed monitor. So that's just my take on that. I just think these people haven't had any power in their lives, you know. It's like I actually sit on a committee of a local social club, and I always say to new members who come on there, you know, you're no different to anybody else. You might be on the committee, you might be running this club now, but don't let that power go to your head, because it will do you no good whatsoever. And I think it's the same with these people. I think they've got no power in their lives. I think he's worrying if he's going to get under there, I think. They've got no power in their lives, and this expresses their little power ego, pushes their little chests out, and make them feel like they're part of humanity, I should imagine. But there you go, that's how I think about it anyway. I don't know if anybody else has got any ideas on that at all, but that's just my thought. I'm now going to go up on the A14 and see how this drift performs. I think I'll go down towards Stowmarket. I think it's the next one round here. Whoa, it's a sharp little cut. And he caught me out there for a sec. This is the notorious A14, the biggest lorry car park in Britain. And I think I heard somewhere that they're thinking about tolling this road, and it's the only road we've got to get out of this part of the world into the Midlands. So thank you very much if you do. That means we've got to pay to get out of an area into another area of Britain, which is clearly not fair, you know, clearly not fair. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to keep the 70. I'm not going to speed or anything like that, and just see what this drift is like. Hey, lovely. Oh, these old deadheads are saying, look, got one behind. Let's just get in front of him, shall we? Let's get down to a decent speed now, and see what this old there you go, see what this drifters like at speed. Now this is the A14, as you can see. There's plenty of lorries already. It's not as busy as it is sometimes. It can get very, very busy, and what happens up here, if there's only one little accident either way, it gridlocks the town. And Ipswich comes from an absolute standstill, because everything has to be directed through it. And as I said in another blog earlier, There's so many roadworks going on in Ipswich at the moment, it's a nightmare. So a journey that would probably take you 10 minutes in Ipswich can take you over an hour to 2 hours if you get caught in it. Past these lorries. Trying to keep the 70 here. So easy just to drift up. It will be interesting to see what the drift is like doing 70 miles an hour. I think I'm going to go down to a little place called Needham Lakes. I don't know a lot about it myself, but I know it's a picnic spot or something like that. Where people go. It's about 10 miles down the road from here actually, off this road, so it gives this drift a good testing. Anyway, I want to go back again to something I was speaking about yesterday. I had a phone call from my son this morning, and he was talking about the blog I done yesterday, and we were talking about the 33 brake horsepower rules, and he reminded me that they're being abolished, so he tells me. And he's saying that at 17 you can ride a 125, that you must pass your test on that, and you can't ride anything bigger till you're 19. And then when you're 19 you can pass your test again, and you can't ride anything up to a 44 horse brake power. I might be completely wrong with this, I might have listened to him and got it wrong, but this is what I heard from him. And then you can't actually ride a big bike until you're 24. So how come you can ride any car you like at 17 if you can afford the insurance? Why can't you ride a bike? Is that not discriminating against bikers? What is the difference in a 17-year-old in a Porsche and a 17-year-old on a Fireblade? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe it's more to do with this hatred of motorcyclists, and I think what they're trying to do is wean us off the road. They know a lot of kids who want to bike when they're 17 won't go through that process. It's too long, it's too many tests, too laborious, and in years to come they'll end up with a lot of old farts like me dying out on bikes. Hey presto, job done. And I think that's what they're trying to do with that one. But going back to the 33 brake horsepower, I know of a lot of boys who had these bikes at 33, and I used to say to them, you know, if you ever take that 33 brake horsepower off, remember that bike is not the same. You're sort of doubling the horsepower of that bike. It will be like a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I know one or two boys who come a cropper over that, and I hated that rule. You got to remember, when I was first took up motorcycling, you could ride a 250, and this was in the early 80s, and the new jack bikes were coming in, you know, beating the crap out of the VSAs and everything else. So they were quite meaty for the time. We'd laugh at them now, but they were quite meaty at the time. I don't know if this is the turn that I've got to take. No, I don't think it is. Anyway, quite meaty at the time. Now somebody like me, and I have to confess, I passed my test on a Lambretta. Yes, a Lambretta, a 150 Lambretta. And the first bike I actually rode was a 500 Suzuki, which was quite a difference. And I actually rode that bike. No, it's not this one. I actually rode that bike, and I'd never ever ridden a motorcycle before, only a scooter, and it was quite quite an enlightening time, I can tell you. But saying that, I soon realised that I had to treat that bike with respect, because if I didn't treat it with respect, even in them days it would have sent me off to the man above. And I think a lot of these kids have been riding the 33 brake horsepower on board with this bloody 70. A lot of kids riding the 33 brake horsepower bikes have them de-restricted. Some of them have them de-restricted before they should, because they're so frustrated, and some of them wait, but then they get on that bike and they think, I can handle this bike, you know, it's my bike, I've just rode it for a year and it's fine. And they get on this bike and it is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is dangerous, and they come a cropper. They think they know the bike, they throw it around and they pull back the throttle, they think, oh, I've got a bit more here, but they don't realise that they've got a bigger handful than what they anticipated, and they get themselves seriously injured, and in some circumstances they get themselves killed. I always disagreed with that one. I think it's, you know, when you take your test, I'm not saying you should get on 1,000 or whatever. I think that you know, you should work your way up bikes with your own sort of using your own ability. You know, there's no way that somebody can get on a bike who's never ridden a bike and ride 1,000. They kill themselves. But if you do pass your test, sort of on the equivalent of well, not a 125, in my day was a 250, you could go up to 1,000cc in one jump. And a lot of people did. I said I went up from a 150 Lambretta to a 500 Suzuki, and I managed it. And never looked back. Mind you, I don't think I'd ever want to go back on one of those scooters again. But that's another story about scooters. Yeah, so I think it was a stupid rule. I know it's going out now. I never really did. Nope, somebody overtake me. I never really did agree with it. Just trying to keep with this 70, these sports tourers, they just want to rip away from me, you know. You say this is Lorry City, as you can see. When you get to Cambridge, it is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I know some people probably disagree with me on what I've been talking about motorbikes and passing tests and that, and I'm all for training as well. I think everybody, if you want to drive a motorbike, I think you should have training. I don't think you should just get on the bike and ride the thing. I think you should have some training, and there's some very, very good motorcycle trainers out there. You know, I know in Ipswich there's a couple of three, and they're very good, and they get the boys through the tests and whatever, and I think you should. And they can put you right, you know, where you're going wrong, show you the different angles and different things, and there again, you know, if we talk about advanced riding, which I can confess I have never done, I feel I'm a little bit long in the tooth now, being told that if I did, I could. Right, I made a complete balls up here. I went round the wrong way. That was the turn and I thought I'd had to go round, so I'm just going to go back. Anyway, that's my little talk today, and hopefully I'll do another vlog shortly. That's all from me, Suffolk Andy.